Good afternoon and welcome to my channel. I've just been having a coughing fit, so I do apologize if I'm looking a bit distraught. My name is Joyce. If you are new here, I do all things personal development, and for those returning, thank you for showing up again today. I actually wanted to pick up a conversation that I was having with one of the subscribers that responded to my video from yesterday about really staying true to yourself and the steps that we need to take to be able to do that. She reminded me of something that I've not really talked about a lot in this channel. Well, this is the only channel. Anything that I haven't talked about really publicly like this. And it's about really meditation. Now, I don't mean meditation in the sense of, you know, sitting down every day for half an hour, 45 minutes to meditate. Now, you can do that. It's a good habit if you already do that. But it could just be taking a pause, taking a minute before you make any decision. Particularly important decisions, right? I mean, I used to be what they call very super efficient. If I had an email, it was cleared in my inbox within no time. But I then realized that what I was also doing is making really quick and snappy decisions that could have taken a bit more time to consider, and definitely given me a much better outcome than I'd received before. So if you're like me, super efficient, you don't have to do that. I'm no longer, and I don't take on that banner of being efficient. I take the banner of being, taking my time and making a decision based on the fact that I've had a minute to think about what it is that I'm writing. So rather than just, oh yeah, I know that, let's go for it. Sometimes it's important to think about why. Ask yourself about the person that's emailed you and get a different view. And I know that sounds really weird, but whenever I get an email or, you know, a response, I think about who is this that they're writing to me? Why do I think they're writing to me? What do they want from me? And then consider my response based on that. Do excuse me. I think I've got something like a cough, but yeah. Anyway, so take your time. It's okay to take your time. One of the things that the person also reminded me is, which I've talked about numerous occasions, family are the biggest culprit in terms of how we respond to things and how the pressure mounts for us to be able to respond to things, you know, and also the fact that they have very easy access to us, right? It's easy for people to say, or, you know, for your mother, your father, you know, whoever is close to you in your family, your siblings, it could be your children, it could be your stepchildren, it could be, you know, aunties and uncles. All of those people have easy access because there's some things in us that thinks, oh, they're my family, therefore I must listen to them. But I always say, think about who you are listening to. And that comes from actually having a bit of time behind me. Because think about, I always, before I listen to anybody or do anything they're telling me to do, I think about who is giving me this information and why should I listen to them? What evidence do they have? It's just like how you wouldn't take feedback, or you wouldn't take financial advice for somebody who's broke. It's exactly the same thing. Why are you listening to people whose life do not equate to, I guess, any level of success that you feel measures to success, right? Success is different from every single person. But for me, for example, I can't listen to somebody who has a track record of lying because it's unlikely they are telling me the truth. So, you know, think about the source, think about who's giving you the information, and consider why you should listen to them, family or not. Again, that's taken me years of experience to find out that your family don't always have the best intention and don't always want you to succeed, because it means that if you succeed, they're going to have to you know, do something about their life. Because usually it's like, oh, no one in my family has ever done that, so why should I attempt to do it? Why should you attempt to do it? It never works for anybody. And if you start looking at it like that, you might think, yeah, actually, why am I thinking I can do it? Then it knocks your confidence down. But actually, what you need to be looking at is not necessarily your family or listening to your family. Is thinking about, who is it that I want to get the advice or information from, or do I want to admire or model from? And then let that be your guide. And remember, I think that you are an individual. Even though you've come through this particular family, they have enough evidence to tell you that you can't do it. Remember, the only person that has a right to tell you whether you can do anything or not is yourself. You don't have to be like your family. You don't have to be like your friends. And you don't have to actually be like the environment you come from. You can decide exactly what you want and are able to go for it if you can believe in yourself enough. And part of that comes, like that person said, are you confident enough in yourself? Do you have to follow the crowd? Again, I say all the time, find out what the crowd is doing and do the complete opposite. That's the only way to succeed in life. Because if you follow the crowd, it's unlikely, like I've noticed, going to end up in a good place. I have often ended up in a ditch because I followed the crowd. So you can take my advice. But again, you don't have to. Pave your own way and sow your own life. But again, you're here because you are huge in personal development and that you follow your own guidance. Something that I so appreciate. Have an amazing day and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Take good care. Bye.